Do you love me?
Yes, I love you.
For 50 years I've lived with you, worked with you, played with you.
Probably been studying together in one of the study rooms for a test or something. And
We studied German a lot. I helped him.
there was a dance coming up at the University of Utah. Just as we were about ready to take leave of each other, I reached out and grabbed her hand and asked her if she would go to that particular dance with me.
And my dad was really upset with me for dating him.
And she said, well, it's not as if I'm going to marry the guy.
Dear heart, all I want is you. Dear heart, do you love me too? Please make me the happiest man. Love me as sweet as you can and say you love me too.
And I was dating one of his friends.
And I just had to wait for him to get sick of her, and
For me to get sick of him.
or you to get sick of him.
I liked him. I wanted to go out with him again. I felt all too irritated.
Yeah, we wanted to date again, and we'd see each other at school, and we'd study together, and then we would go out on the weekend, and she would be working at Woolworths, and it's that game that you play when you're dating, that you think that she doesn't like you, but you like her, and so on, and you'd like to be together, but yet now you try to finagle some way so you can.
He used to pick me up from I took a night teaching art in the elementary school class, and he picked me up from there at night.
Was that during that same semester? Quarter? It was a nice day. We were going up there to dinner, and she didn't want to get out of the car. And so Pat and Ralph came running out and grabbed her by the hand and helped her up there. She was just, what would you say, a little...
Nervous, probably.
Probably a little nervous.
And shy. Very shy. You know what made me really learn to love him was because of the way he treated Janet, his sister. Because he called her, what did you call her? Sunshine. He always called her Sunshine, and I thought it was so nice for him to treat his sister that way, so I thought he was a good catch.
Has that disappointed you?
No.
Oh, when she asked me, I said yes. We didn't have any money, and I'd just been home from my mission for such a short time. And we'd been to an afternoon movie down in Salt Lake. And afterwards, we were looking in a jewelry store. And we should have known better, but the guy must have been from the chosen race, because he actually came outside the store and grabbed us and said, hey, come on in, maybe I can show you a few things. We bought a diamond ring and a wedding band, And well, it's your mom's wedding things, and we really didn't pay very much money for it. We just didn't have it. And the guy was really nice, put us up on contract, and had me pay $10 a month, and maybe it was $10 a week or something like that. See, we decided that we were going to get married sometime around Valentine's Day, but we kept the rings, and I hid them in Mother's cedar chest at home, and didn't give them to her until Easter. In the meantime, she had been out. She was student teaching, and so she chose to student teach at an elementary school, the same one your dad went to, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. The same one your dad went to in La Jera, Colorado. And when she came back, it was Easter.
I do remember that we went for a ride up Memory Grove.
And so I put her engagement ring inside one of those little plastic eggs and gave it to her. I said, "Would you like some Easter candy?" or something like that. And she opened it up, and we got engaged, and then we got married, set it for August. And did you ever say yes?
I must have.
Her dad always sat at the end of the table. A lot of times he would have a deck of cards in his hand, playing solitaire or something like that. And I just went in there and sat down by him and asked him if it was all right if I married his daughter. And he said, he looked at me, he says, "It's all right with me." And after that, we just became engaged, and that was it.
My dad learned to really like him and respect him. We woke up in the morning and we went to the temple and we took pictures with all the many people that came to our wedding and to our wedding breakfast.
We were married by the temple president, who was L. Ray Christiansen. He came in and gave us a talk, and then he had us kneel at the altar and did the ceremony, and it was really interesting. It was a beautiful ceremony. We had a lot of people there visiting with us, and then of course afterwards he had us stand at the head of the altar and had us look into the mirrors and had us exchange rings and so on. But it was a lovely ceremony. There used to be a Harmon's Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was about a block from the temple, and my mom and dad hosted a dinner for all the relatives. And in those days, it wasn't a takeout. Your Kentucky Fried Chicken was a sit-down restaurant. It was very nice.
We had a lot of relatives that came from Colorado to be part of it, and that was fun. We had our reception that night in our ward in the Relief Society room.
Here's my heart, my love. I promise to give all my love to you. I do. Always and forever I'll be true to you. Please take it, darling. Here's my heart.
We knew that some of her friends were going to try and decorate our car up and put "just married" on it and everything. And so we had a friend of ours, Dave Sondrup, put our car in his garage. But the funny thing is, those people that were trying to decorate our car had followed us, and they still put some...
They still painted a lot of it.
They still put a few things on our car.
And they chased us all over town, but it was fun.
Well, we just decided that we needed a motel room.
But we didn't have any money.
We didn't have any money, and we decided that we would just take a not very expensive motel, and I went in and paid for it ahead of time, and we got there about 12:30 at night, and we got up the next morning and went on our way, went on our honeymoon. But the funny thing about that honeymoon was that we were going to the Tetons, and we were going to stay at Calder Bay, and we really didn't know how long it would take us to get up there. Heck, we didn't arrive there until something like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning either. But it was short. It was a lovely time. We went to shows in Jackson, Wyoming, and we went into Yellowstone Park. The old school teacher in this girl was that she wanted to stop at every information sign, and she wanted me to read it to her or read it together. And there we were. Do you realize how many signs there were along the road? And we didn't have any arguments, so we did all right. The thing that happens, yes, you're in love when you get married. You become engaged, you go through the marriage ceremony, you have kids, and the kids grow up. But then all at once, you just decide that you would rather be with that person more than anybody else in the world. And that all at once you decide, hey, she's my best friend. Well, there was never any question. We were in it for the long haul. We never. Did you consider divorce?
Never.
Never. I never did. Take marriage seriously.
You know what? You have to be 100% faithful to each other. And we loved each other, and we pray together, and working together makes a good marriage.
That's probably one of the things that helps, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If you serve somebody, you love them. And the service to those persons represents the love that you do have. You're going to reach out and try to do things that will make them happy, and try to make things go well for them.
Where did the time go? When did winter turn to spring? Why does my heart long for the feelings only good old days can bring? When I touch your hand and you look into my eyes, every memory long forgotten comes alive inside faded pictures of the way life used to be. When we danced under the moon in ecstasy. If I could capture every minute and relive it till forever, still I would ask myself, where did the time go?
Love is saying you're sorry even when you're not wrong.
You mean you're trying to say that I was always wrong?
No. You have to give yourselves time out if you're having an extra bad day, and give yourself time to calm down and to
Learn to cross stitch.
So long forgotten are the times we disagree. Oh, the simple joys we share, just you and me. If I could capture every minute and relive it to forever, still I would ask myself, where did the time go? I finally found it. It's right here